It was a blunder they will never live down. Harry and Meghan assumed they were settling on a smart decision when they agreed to do a sit-down meeting with Oprah Winfrey back in 2021 and trash the imperial family. However, presently, very nearly 3 years after the fact, it's clear that was a slip-up that will frequent them for whatever remains of their lives. Greetings, and an exceptionally warm welcome. I do trust that becoming famous as a ruler, Harry was shown to be cautious with his words, to be careful with what he uncovered about himself, about his family. Harry additionally had the assistance of the royal residence PR individuals, who are great at their occupations. They were the ones who assisted him with covering up the entirety of his mix-ups, the entirety of his terrible conduct. Furthermore, becoming famous, Harry wound up in the features a great deal. Yet he guarantees he didn't need that consideration, that rather he was simply attempting to carry on with his life as a young fellow. What's more, on a fundamental level, I do trust him. I trust that particularly after the injury that Harry encountered when he was a little kid, it was normal that he was going to experience a wild stage. He was out partying, he would tumble out of dance club. Yet, Harry was excused for everything in light of the fact that recollect, that was essential for his symbol. He was the cheeky, chappy sovereign who was glad and fun-adoring. Maybe somewhat naughty now and then, yet it was important for his appeal, truly. In any case, even through everything, Harry truly remembered the family statement of faith of never grumble, never clarify. He didn't have a propensity for attempting to clarify away everything and attempting to get more consideration for himself after articles about him were distributed. Yet then, at that point, entered Meghan Markle and all turned out badly. Out of nowhere, Harry turned out to be frantic to share his side of the story. Meghan recalled, assisted him with getting that he had been enduring from hereditary torment, as he called it, that his dad had gone down to him because of how his dad was raised. Obviously, we realize that is a major steaming heap of BS. Yet Harry accepted Meghan's each word. Furthermore, the pinnacle of Meghan's impact on Harry truly came in the Oprah Winfrey meet in 2021, assuming not later in Save. That Oprah Winfrey meet was stunning, no uncertainty about it, on the grounds that that was truly the first run-through that we had heard Harry and Meghan share their side of the story, or, as they put it, attempt to dominate the story. That meeting contained such countless totally made-up stories, such countless overstatements, and such countless unsupported cases. What's more, many of these unsupported cases are as yet being examined in the media today. The greatest one, obviously, is that two individuals from, or maybe, in that meeting, Meghan said it was one individual from the illustrious family, had communicated worries about how dull counterfeit skin tone may end up being while she was pregnant. What's more, afterward Harry obviously said, no. The discussions occurred when they initially began dating. In any case, whatever, the harm was now done. For a long time now, individuals have been considering who that individual from the family could possibly be. Also then, obviously in November, thanks Omid Scobie's book, Endgame, we have another story. What's more then, obviously in November, thanks to Omid Scobie's book, Endgame, we have another story. In Endgame, we at long last got the name. Indeed, we found, truth be told, it was two names. Supposedly, ruler Charles and Princess Catherine had said something untoward about Prince artificial skin shading before he was brought into the world. Do we accept it? All things considered, totally not. Yet Meghan was trusting it was going to be a bomb that was going to annihilate the illustrious family. Obviously, it didn't. No one accepted anything that was composed in Endgame, in light of the fact that it was composed by Meghan and Harry's cheerleader, Omid Scobie, also known as Scabies, also known as Scooby-Doo. From that point onward, they've been discussing how they will obliterate the illustrious family. Obviously, there has been radio quietness from both Buckingham Castle and Meghan Markle on the cases in Endgame. Obviously, Scooby said that Meghan and Harry didn't assist him with the book. However, we are aware of better. A lot of the data that was composed in that book could just have come from Meghan and Harry themselves, or individuals approved to talk for their benefit. Now, as far as anyone knows, Endgame has been out for a few months. What has become obvious is that nobody truly thinks often about what is in that book, with the exception of for those names that were uncovered in the Dutch interpretation. As indicated by Jack Royston, speaking for the Royal Report, this is as yet a live issue in individuals' creative mind. Obviously, he's alluding to the conversations around the imperial family and prejudice. He said, "It was the huge take-home from the Oprah Winfrey meet." Whatever Harry and Meghan may now say about whether they didn't plan that, it was the greatest take-home from the Oprah Winfrey meet, and it generally will be. This will consistently be the issue from the Oprah meet, and the Oprah meet will continuously trump different things that Harry and Meghan accomplished for a long time to come. What's more, I concur with him. Presently, typically, Jack Royston is more of a Sussex ally than I think about myself, yet of late, it appears as though he's evolving. It appears as though he's seeing them for what their identity is. Presently, with regards to this case that it's going to follow Harry and Meghan for a long time to come, he's right. Furthermore, Harry even attempted to withdraw on this. Recall when he was doing interviews advancing SAVE, he asserted that he and Meghan never said the family was bigoted, that the media turned it that way, yet that is not what they attempted to say. Indeed, hello there. You just need to tune in to the meetings. You just need to tune in to the meeting to realize. That is precisely what Harry and Meghan were attempting to say, if not Meghan. I think Harry was somewhat awkward with the case. You could see his nonverbal communication in the meeting, and he didn't resemble he truly upheld what Meghan was saying. In any case, he cooperated with it at any rate, since I figure he has no real option. Furthermore, the truth of the matter is, once something like that is said, it can't be unsaid. Regardless of what Harry and Meghan attempted to accomplish for taking back that case, it's rarely going to work. That meeting is the thing individuals will recollect. Furthermore, I can just expect that secretly, this meeting demonstrated Harry precisely what his family had been attempting to advise him for a really long time, that you need to be cautious with what you say, that at whatever point you will say something openly, you've got to consider the repercussions. Clearly, Harry didn't do that. Royston proceeded to say, when individuals think back, it will trump the Netflix narrative, and it will trump Harry's journal, Harry's book Spare. Furthermore, the justification behind why it will trump those two things is on the grounds that it came first. Since it came first, it's made the account, it made the show, and it made the interest. It was the first show of the Harry and Meghan point of view, and this was its centerpiece. I think this point that Jack Royston is making is an extremely great point for sure, and I don't believe it's one that Harry and Meghan appear to get it, if not Meghan. At this point, I think Harry simply needs to lie low. He doesn't need the consideration any longer. I think he's impeccably content with their vocations falling separated in Hollywood, since he realizes he's jumping back and forth. Meghan, then again, is an alternate story. Meghan, then again, is turning out to be urgent. She's panicking at the present time. I think Meghan can feel Harry slipping endlessly from her. Thusly, she's urgent to attempt to reevaluate herself before they're separated. She needs to realize that after the separation is settled, she'll perhaps have the option to compose a book, and that may have the option to sell, since individuals will need to realize the tattle about what it resembled living with Harry. In any case, from that point forward, no. She has no vocation open doors. She will always be unable to be a star in Hollywood. She won't ever be a chief or a maker. Those fantasies she needs to surrender ASAP. Yet this is something that was absolutely unsurprising. Harry and Meghan, when they constructed their image on whining about past occasions, ought to have understood that that was no way forward. Later on, what were they going to depend on? Not so far off, when the illustrious family quit conversing with them, which was unavoidable and has now occurred, what were they going to have the option to sell? The main thing they have brought in cash on is trashing the imperial family and telling lies about their encounters as working royals. Toward the day's end, indeed, I carried them in certain cash, yet insufficient to keep them from doing it. I will say it once more, in the world we reside in today, we really want positive impacts. We really want motivation. We don't require a couple of qualified benefit brats whining about scene slights that simply aren't that huge of an arrangement. Toward the day's end, Harry and Meghan thought their cases were going to have such a splash that everybody was going to pivot to the illustrious family, since King Charles attempted to ponder what his grandkid may wind up resembling before he was brought into the world. Indeed, presently we see that Harry and Meghan are going to be a great many people remain behind the imperial family. The greater part of individuals comprehend that it's anything but an issue to question what a child may resemble in the event that the child will resemble the mother or the dad more. We are aware of reality that was the entirety of the Lord implied. The ruler isn't a bigoted individual. Nobody will accept that the Lord really said something frightful about artificial. What's more, particularly not when Meghan's telling us this, since we realize she's a liar. So Harry and Meghan truly ought to have contemplated that. In any case, see, they couldn't on the grounds that Meghan is an obsessive person. Meghan just can't consider how individuals will respond to that. How individuals will react to her cases, or what she's doing in light of the fact that she can't identify with individuals. That is one of her greatest issues. She has no feeling of empathy. She has no sympathy. There's something absent inside her. In view of Meghan's character problem or issues, she can't encounter these high-vibration feelings like affection and delight, and the joy that accompanies a presence all around lived. So as I would see it, Meghan Markle is ruined. She's continuously going to be hopeless. She's continuously going to be understanding for something that is simply distant. She will never be fulfilled. Furthermore, so she's going to be hopeless. Furthermore, so I trust that Harry can get back to his family and ultimately track down some sort of harmony. Yet Meghan Markle, she never will. Furthermore, what do you think? Do you think, thinking back, that Harry and Meghan had any possibility of progress after that Oprah Winfrey meet? If it's not too much trouble, let me know your considerations underneath in the remark area. In the event that you partook in this video, kindly do like and offer it with any of your family or companions who might partake in it as well. Thank you for tuning in. Make the most of your day, and I'll get back to you in the following recordings.